Do you want to explore one of the most remote parts of the world? If so, you'll want to explore Antarctica and cross the Drake Passage. We're going to share the key sites, activities, and explorations we experienced on our Ushuaia round-trip crossing the Antarctic Circle cruise with Atlas Ocean Voyages from late February of 2025. Before we get into the cruise adventures, here's the map of the places we visited. Our cruise started at the southern tip of Argentina in Ushuaia, sailed the Drake Passage, explored the South Shetland Islands and the Antarctic Peninsula, crossed into the Antarctic Circle, and then wound our way back to Ushuaia. There was so much to see and enjoy. One of the highlights of the trip was all the wildlife that we saw in their own environments. While we could get very close to the animals while on land, we still had to keep a respectful distance to not scare them away. Seeing a baby gentoo penguin getting fed from his mom was one of the many highlights from this cruise. We saw 4 penguin species: gentoo, the most common with their orange beak, chinstrap because of the chinstrap line on their face, adelie with their white ringed eyes, and an emperor penguin, which is quite large in size and rarely seen that far north. We would hike our zodiac by several colonies of penguins. We even spotted an albino penguin near one of the research stations. We loved watching the penguin highways as the adult penguins dove in and out of the water to find food for their young. Seals were also in abundance. We spotted leopard seals, the very common Antarctic fur seal, and Weddell seals on our expeditions. We also saw crab-eater seals, but didn't snap a good photo of one. The Weddell seals love to lounge on ice floes. Here's an Arctic fur seal enjoying a sunny day, and a sleepy, sunning leopard seal near Planau Island. And then there were the whales. We were treated to a humpback whale breaching the surface, and a minke whale swam closely by our zodiac. We also saw an orca killer whale, but the photo quality was pretty poor since it was at such a distance. The sighting, however, was very exciting. It was also awesome to see a humpback whale tail while on a zodiac safari or from the deck when scenic cruising. And finally, the birds are everywhere. From petrels to cormorants to gulls and brown skuas. They are truly magnificent in flight. All photos are courtesy of Atlas Ocean Voyages. The second highlight of the cruise was the many natural wonders we experienced. The scenery and weather constantly changed, which made us look forward to see what was coming next. We were simply in awe of the beauty that surrounded us. Our daily goal was to experience something new and then savor the moment. Fantastic views included seeing gentoo penguins at play, or peering through Neptune's windows, or seeing pancake ice form on the water's surface as snow poured down. A cloudy day with stunning panoramas of icebergs and ice floes with their blue reflections on the calm waters, and then finding the wildlife that's hidden there. And then there were the ice sculptures, which came in many shapes and sizes, each its own work of art. It's hard to contain your excitement when you're taking in this magnificent beauty and their reflections on the water. Even that gigantic, pristine white iceberg that looks like a fortress or castle was phenomenal to see. Each day offered unique views of the amazing ice formations, of which only a fraction of the iceberg is above the surface level. It's hard to describe the splendor of this ice cave that's within a glacier, as well as all of the nooks and crannies within the glacial ice flow. These sights are beyond your imagination. Rocky mountains covered in snow and peaks seem to touch the cloud, or glaciers as they advance into the sea, or just the stunning pink and gold sunset. All were simply fantastic sights. Let's change gears and show how these amazing sights were achieved. My light bulb moment was realizing that every expedition with Atlas is unique to you, because no one aboard the ship does exactly the same activities as you in the same order or timing. Most activities are included in the cruise itself, but there are some optional choices as well. Let's review all the activities or experiences that are available during the cruise. There were 6 one-hour shore landings on our cruise. Here, the expedition team shuttles you via Zodiac boat to the island shore for you to explore. The landings include trails marked by the field guides, and these trails lead you to the most spectacular vantage points in these remote locations. We hiked on Cooverville, Petterman, and Half Moon Islands, where we encountered penguin colonies, seals at play, or just stunning landscapes. One shore landing was on the Antarctic continent itself. It was here we hiked on land that few feet have touched. We also got our photo taken to celebrate the day. We have now visited all 7 continents, which was another first for us. We also enjoyed 5 60 to 75-minute Zodiac sightseeing excursions. The Zodiac trips, with a maximum of 10 passengers and an expedition guide, provide you with close encounters of the epic scenery and wildlife. Here we are oh so close to a minke whale in Hanusa Bay on a beautiful sunny day. You'll never know what you'll see on a Zodiac outing. At Petterman Island, we were delighted to see a small iceberg calf, or break in two. We had 3 dedicated time slots for scenic cruising. The first was in the Lemaire Channel, which is one of the top tourist destinations in Antarctica. It's filled with steep cliffs that surround the iceberg-filled passage. The channel is about 7 miles long and just 600 meters or 2,000 feet wide at its narrowest point. It was absolutely spectacular scenery along the way. The second was Crystal Sound, and the third was at Orne Harbor, which was a playground for the humpback whales. We got our bucket list moment when we captured this humpback whale breaching the water's surface. At Crystal Sound, we connected with our wild side by diving into the icy waters for the polar plunge. It's easy to take the challenge, as over 2/3 of the guests on our cruise did it. There are also lots of spectators to cheer you on for your bravery. Meet Captain Neptune before and enjoy a shot of tequila after. We joined the Order of the Red Nose as we crossed the 66th southern parallel into the Antarctic Circle. I'm sure that each cruise attempts to do this, but going this far south is also dependent on the weather, as ice may limit the ship's ability to navigate the waters.
We've done it, ladies and gentlemen. We've crossed over into the Antarctic Circle. A thank you to the captain and the bridge team getting us there safely.
There are also daily enrichment lectures and destination briefings. Enrichment lectures are led by marine biologists and bird experts, and they share fascinating insights on the wildlife you may encounter, such as the seals, whales, albatross, and petrels of the Antarctic. Or it can be a photography class to help you snap better photos of what you see. An optional activity offered is kayaking. Here, kayak guides lead small group excursions, I think a maximum of 15 kayakers. Our cruise itself had 65 kayakers, and they were divided into 5 groups, and they kayaked amid the ice floes and mountains. The guides will point out wildlife that you may encounter along the way. I would recommend you be an experienced kayaker before choosing this, as we had one passenger fall out of their kayak, so they had a different kind of polar plunge. A second optional excursion allows you to spend a night camping on Antarctica, another bucket list experience. Our cruise had 21 passengers who chose to camp. The camping experience is pretty pricey. It starts around 10 p.m. when a Zodiac boat takes you ashore. You set up camp and enjoy a night on the Antarctic continent. You may get to sleep under the stars, but for our campers, it was an overkill. There were so many highlights to our Antarctic cruise, so we're sharing them via a photo montage of the places we visited and our most favorite photos. I hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed seeing our trip to Antarctica, the different places we cruised on the Zodiacs, the different hiking trails, and wilderness guide lectures that help you gain insights into your explanation. It was really an amazing once-of-a-lifetime trip that I would actually take again.